Hey Kev, how was your trip to Jamaica?
Oh, it was epic. It was cool because a friend of mine, Scott Family Farms, they've been breeding for probably 35 years globally, and he has a couple acre operation in Jamaica, and he was taking his entire life's work and refining the breeding process so that he can release these modernized, improved varieties from Thailand and Cambodia and Laos and just all the Colombian work, all the Mexican work, just this stunning collection. So he sends me all these photos of this project, and I'm just fascinated by it. And I'm involved with this group in New England, Community Gardens, and some of the people that we were involved with were the La Marina Boys, and that's the original Piff Hayes crew out in New York. And so when I was talking to Charles, looking at all the work, and I was talking to community about the project, I realized that if I could get the Piff Hayes guys from New York to fly to Jamaica and we could all meet there, then we could go look at the foundations of the work that are the backbone of America's varieties in terms of how we see equatorials. So
Do you want a sip of water?
what's that? No, I'm good.
Okay.
So I fly out, good herb. So we fly out and we connect. And it was just an incredible experience. I had White Boy Kev and Jose from the La Marina crew, and we spent 4 or 5 days with Charles and Charles's family at the farm in Jamaica, just going through line after line. And typically when you see, projects at scale, it's more of a monoculture, so it's a plant that's been multiplied by 3,000, and you're going to get a crop. Where this was lines, and he had gone through and he had systematically removed all the ones that he didn't want. So what you got to see was the plants that were going to remain that held the pollen for the future seed releases. And it was incredible to see, true Panama red that had been worked for decades and refined, but everything at 18-degree latitude and full sun, biologically driven in the soil. So the profile was like true Jamaica, and his part that he grows in Jamaica is outside of Kingston in a place called Spanish Town, which is the driest part of the Caribbean. So if you go to the Blue Mountains just up, up the road pretty much, you're in the rain. But this was dry. So you got to see this really, really heavy expression of frost that you normally don't see in a tropical. And it was just an incredible experience. And the boys from New York couldn't have been any cooler. And it was incredible to hear the story of Hayes in New York and the whole Hayes culture and the relationship between the Cubans in Florida that connected with the New York crew and brought these varieties, which really, to me, old Northern Lights 5 Hayes hybrids. So to get to go see the foundation of them in real time, and to see all these other subsets, the Malimbi Madness out of Australia, the Acapulco work, there was one that 2 tokes into it, once it heated up, it was like a melted Jolly Rancher, but a sour apple. I mean, the flavor was just penetrating. So we smoked all day long, and never once did you get tired, never once did you get hungry, because you were on this really, really lifted ride. And it was just an incredible experience. And it was cool too, because Charles has 2 daughters, Hannah and Lib, and both of them had grown up with Charles moving around the world. And so you got to see 2 children that had been raised in cannabis, just like, here in Soham and in Mendo, and just how cool and grounded they were and how comfortable they were with cannabis as a substance and as a crop. So it was an epic trip, man. It was epic.